One of the most common problems I hear from the leaders I coach every week is an inability to connect with and motivate people that aren't nearly as committed to the organization's goals as they are. It's really frustrating. Maybe you've been in that same spot. They share these projects or initiatives they're going to save the company money or make the company money or improve service or whatever, and people just don't get their act together to get behind it. Now, if you're that leader, it's really easy to conclude, you know what, these people, they're just not as committed as I am. They're not A players. They're never going to be. And maybe that's true. But oftentimes it's also a failure of leadership as well. How do you do that? How do you connect with those people and help them get on board with things? Well, this is our spark for this today. When you are approaching an influence situation, solve the other person's problem. So imagine that I'm a Swiffer salesman. I'm going door to door, and I knock on the door and you answer, and I say, "Hey, thanks for answering. Gosh, let me be honest with you. I've got a problem today. It's that I need to sell Swiffers. I've got to feed my family at home. Would you please buy a Swiffer from me?" Well, odds are you're probably going to say no to that, unless you take a lot of pity on me in the moment, because quite frankly, you just don't care, right? You've got limited time and resources. You don't want to commit it to this thing. I may even be a little bit better salesman, and I come at you with all the features of the Swiffer. Hey, it's compactable. The cloths are disposable. It's great. And again, maybe you're moved by that, but you're probably still not going to pull the trigger. If I'm really going to be effective in convincing you to buy, though, I've got to actually solve a real problem for you, not solve my problem. Okay, my problem is that I need to sell Swiffers. But what's your problem? Well, maybe your problem is that you want a clean house, but gosh, you can't, find time to do that. You don't want to get your hands dirty with a mop. You don't want to have cleaning equipment sitting around everywhere. Well, now all of a sudden, if I can solve that problem for you, give you a fast and easy, convenient way to clean your house that doesn't break the bank, now I've actually solved your problem. And the same thing is true when you're trying to influence people internally. If I'm trying to roll out an initiative that saves the company money, that only works if you actually care as much about the company as I do. Odds are, many people that you're talking to, they're in their own little worlds, right? They've got tight deadlines, they've got limited budgets. To pull them away from that, you've got to solve their problem. So instead of saying, "Hey, this initiative saves the company money," how can you say, "Hey, I know you're struggling to keep your costs down. If we roll out this project, this initiative, this will save you money. That'll free up resources for you to invest in your staff the way I know you've been wanting to." If you get to know the other person, ask questions, understand where they're coming from in their world, and you can solve their problem rather than just solve your own, you've got the win-win. So this is my challenge for you today. As you approach a situation, you're trying to influence someone, before you go get them with your problem and try and get them on board, or even just the features of this thing, all the good reasons for it, ask yourself, what is their fundamental problem and how can I solve their problem? If this is helpful for you, please share it with your friends, leave a comment below, let me know how you used it.